Let's add the fractions together, 5/8 plus 1/2, and simplify the result. To begin, we'd like to add these fractions together using our rules on the right. However, our rules on the right are for common denominators. A over c plus b over c, with a common denominator, tells us to add the numerators and keep the bottom. Right now, our two fractions do not have the same denominator. They're not common denominators. So our first goal is to convert these two fractions so that they will have a common denominator. The next question is, what will be the common denominator? So, we'd like to write these two fractions with the same denominator on bottom, but what would that number be? To find the common denominator, we'll use an old trick where we'll find the multiples of the denominators. So, listing the multiples of these two numbers, the multiples of 8 mean, starting with 8, adding 8 each time. So adding another 8 would become 16, 24, 32, 40, and so on. These are the multiples of 8. And similarly, the multiples of 2 would be, starting with 2, adding 2 each time. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. The smallest multiple will be the common denominator. Well, we see here that the smallest number, the first number in each list that occurs first, is 8. Which means that we want both of these fractions to have a common denominator of 8. Well, the first fraction already has a common denominator of 8, so we'll just write 5 again, 5/8. But we need to convert 1/2 to an equivalent fraction so that the denominators are the same thing. So to convert 2 to 8, we'll multiply 2 by something to get 8, which will be obviously 4. 2 times 4 becomes 8. And similarly, we'll multiply the numerator also by 4, since finding an equivalent fraction means multiplying bottom and top by the same number. 2 times 4 is 8. 1 times 4 becomes 4. We now have two new fractions that have common denominators. Now that we have this, we can add the fractions together using our rule. So, adding two fractions with the same denominators means adding the numerators. So, our fractions 5/8 plus 4/8 become 5 plus 4 all over 8. Simplifying our fraction, 5 plus 4 becomes 9. So, one answer is 9/8. If we wanted our answer as an improper fraction, 9/8 is the final result. However, if we wanted our answer as a mixed number, we would divide 8 into 9, which goes in one whole time, and there would be a remainder of 1 left over out of 8. So the mixed number would be 1 1/8.